Welcome to Politics in Media, a new series where I will analyze political themes in the media. You know, movies, TV shows, video games, etc., etc. And how do I kickstart this brilliant new series that combines two of my interests? By talking absolutely nothing about politics. Yeah, for some reason I thought this would be an interesting video topic idea, and even though it really isn't that political oriented, I was like, hey, do you guys want me to cover it? And you said, yeah, sure, why not? So it's all your fault that this video exists. Whoops. We all know about film ratings, right? You know, G and R are considered the polar opposites in the rating system. Well, originally, there were two other ratings that were almost completely unrecognizable today. M for mature, which quickly became PG, and X. X was the black sheep of the ratings board, while all the other ratings were aimed at more mature audiences, added the caveat that adult supervision was good enough to have a child enter the theater. X was pretty clear in stating, no child may enter the film, period. The themes that are in this film are just too taboo for them to see. I mean, the X rating wasn't even trademarked by the MPA, so that they wouldn't be associated with any of the subjects tackled in the film, and directors could just add it to their own movies whenever they felt like it. And while it was still accepted that X-rated films could be viewed by mainstream movie-going audiences 17 and up, X-rated films, they weren't really advertised or booked as much in theaters, and couldn't make as much money as they could with, say, a Star Wars or an Indiana Jones type. No X-rated film was a particular blockbuster, in a sense. However, this isolation from the rest of the movie-going public was, in a sense, a good thing. You see, since they didn't have to focus on if the film would be a smash hit to make millions of dollars, the filmmakers mostly focused on the quality, and as such, many X-rated films were very highly rated, even to this day. Though that could also be due to the fact that since a good chunk of the moviegoers were not going to be able to make it to the theater to see these movies, the audience was mostly packed with film critics, the snobs who read the reviews in papers, and people who just generally heard of the film via word of mouth, making X-rated films mostly cult classics in a sense. And again, since they didn't have to focus on the general movie-going public, they didn't really have to focus on dumbing down the movies and just making it like a action whatever fest. They could tackle very deep subjects that most of the mainstream movies would never even touch. Like, I mean, come on. Would Star Wars have had a gay romance? No. No, it wouldn't have. And well, yes, you did still have the people who were just doing it for, like, you know, the sex and violence, but that was also beneficial because they were also helping kickstart genres like the blaxploitation genre and the adult animation genre. And the X-rated film craze even coincided with the home video phase, so they could still sort of keep their cult classic status while also being able to actually start making a big profit of their films. Now you might say, wait, if the X rating did a lot of these things for like film and stuff, why did the X rating die? 4 letters. PORN. Yeah, the rise in the home media market was also the rise of the home porn market. Coincidentally, anime also rose during these time periods. Isn't that a little weird? And you see, since the X rating could be added to the films by the filmmakers themselves without the association of the MPAA, pornographic directors would simply just slap the X rating onto their films. Now all of a sudden, Backdoor MILFs 12 has the same rating as Midnight Cowboy. Though to be fair, some of these filmmakers had an interesting idea of adding multiple X's to show that it was raunchier than your average X-rated film, which is where we got the association of XXX being pornography. This hijacking of the X rating made people no longer associate the X rating with just, oh, this film's just a bit more raunchier than, say, an R-rated movie, but instead now being associated with literal smut, which in turn led to more ostracization of X-rated films, both metaphorically and physically by putting them in the back of the video store. So now, all films that were rated X were pretty much put in the porn room. And it was just common knowledge back then that if you went to the back of the video store, you were renting something naughty. You could tell your friends all day long, no, I was just renting a Clockwork Orange. But they just look at you and be like, come on bro, we know you were looking for super horny brothers. This in turn led to big name companies realizing, the X rating has suddenly become a lot less profitable than we originally thought. Maybe we should finally pull the plug on all of our X-rated films. And would now do everything in their power to make sure that R became the new X. Starting by editing their currently existing X-rated films, like A Clockwork Orange, Evil Dead, and Midnight Cowboy, to have R-rated versions of them, and then films that were currently in production would now be lowered from an X rating to an R rating, such as RoboCop, which led to the R rating becoming more mainstream, thus leading to more film companies to follow suit, effectively leaving the X rating to the porn industry. The X rating was so dead, it was a whole lot more easier for them to make the film unrated, which led to a new craze of the unrated cut, which continued even up to the 2000s. Though, soon after the X rating had officially been left, they decided to create a new rating called NC-17, which would effectively be the new X rating. And to make sure that there wasn't a repeat of the X rating, they would officially trademark it and put it on some movies. Emphasis on some, because, as I said, the R rating became a whole lot more mainstream. So anything above that is literally just, why bother? So yeah, that's where the X rating went, my friends. Tune in next year, when this series will become a whole lot more political. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when a future video of mine comes out. And if you're interested in more content from me, you can go to my website, follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, or check out my articles in the Independent Political Report.